Hey guys, I think that I fixed where I went wrong last week. So, funny thing, last week I was talking to you guys for a solid 3 minutes before the show ever went live. Like, StreamYard told me it was live, but it wouldn't tell me how many people were in here. I went back and watched it, and it was a solid 3 minutes into conversation before it ever picked up. So I fixed it this week, I think, because I can see how many of you guys are in here. I'm scrolling down to the bottom and making sure. Someone tell me if you see me right now, okay, before I go in and say hi to everybody. I'm super stoked that you guys are here this Friday. I mean, it's a lot for you to give up your Friday and come hang out with me. I don't know, I guess it was about an hour ago, I just randomly decided I would go on a run. And so I had 10 minutes to get ready. Okay, thank you, Courtney. She said, we see you. Good. I had like 10 minutes after this run to go get ready real quick. So I'm going to just say hi to some people real quick, and then I will let you guys know a little bit about our special guest tonight. Gulf Coast Pickers is here. Early Crew, what's up? Christy, Mom's Closet Texas is here. If you guys are not following Christy over on Instagram, you really should. She is like putting out more and more content all the time. Is very like, if you like vlog style content, like she takes you along on her day and stuff. She's starting to do that more, and I'm really loving it, Christy. I love that you're putting yourself out there, and I think that you're doing a really good job. Treasure hunting Granny Renee is here. Hello. And let's see, Courtney Bola Buddies, Joe Dempsey Sales, Mutton Ridge Finds. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Melanie is here. Hello, Melanie. Oh, look, Drew Strickland is here. Of course, that guy like follows me around everywhere. He says, yeah, I see ya. My dad is here, and I'm sure my mom is here somewhere also. I'm going to tell you guys about some stuff that my parents picked up today that you're not going to believe. And I'll tell you about the reseller influencer who influenced their decision to pick this up. Snowberry Vintage, hello. I'm glad that you're here. And Patricia is here. Tropical Flipper Alex is here. Hello. I'm so glad that you spend Friday nights with us. So my special guest tonight, every time that you've read the title, you already know it's the flippin' accountant. Okay. It's Justin. And every time that Justin's on someone else's live, I go watch, and I just want to talk about Lego the whole time, but we can't because they want to talk about reselling stuff. So I told him I can't wait to monopolize his time tonight and talk exclusively about Lego. I'm just kidding. We won't, I promise. But there probably will be a lot of talk. Not so much about investing in it, just as fans. But you guys, he is always pouring so much into the community, and he doesn't have to give us, well, it's not financial advice. He doesn't have to give us that, but he gives us a few tips and tricks along the way, and he's made a huge difference in the community since he's been here. So do me a favor and put the clap emoji and give a round of applause for our guest. Okay, here is Justin, the flippin' accountant. You're muted.
Oh. How's it going?
There you are. How's it going? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you're here. Remotely, right?
Right. Yes, I am on a surprise road trip. That was a surprise to me. But I surprised my family, and while I was backstage, one of my other niece came in, and I got to surprise her too. So I'm here with my family in Sandusky, Ohio, at a water park place. And the only person that knew that I was going to be here was my mom, and then everybody else got surprised. So it's been a blast. It's been a lot of fun.
That's killer. Like, I know that you live a ways from all of your family. My husband and I, we live far from our family. And one time I was able to surprise my parents, and I didn't tell them we came for like Thanksgiving or right after or before Thanksgiving or something. And I just like knocked on her door. And I think that was the second time she'd ever met my youngest son, and that she'd ever seen him. So yeah, he was less than a year old. I mean, they live down like 1,000 miles from us, and Drew's family is 5 hours from us. So are you very far away from your family? I mean, I know it's Alabama and
Alabama and Michigan. That's why, because I'm in the Midwest, I'm in Ohio, I have to wear my Michigan shirt. So I'm wearing my Michigangster shirt.
Oh, nice. I didn't notice that's what it said. Nice.
Yeah. So I live like 10 hours away from my family. So they'll live in Michigan, and I live in Alabama. So I'm about 10 hours away, about 600 miles away. So I don't get up here much, but I came up here to surprise my family, and my mom was like, it'd be so great if you could come. And she's like, we'll keep it a secret. And it was fun getting up here, and now I'm here, and we had one day at the water park today. We're gonna do the water park tomorrow, and then 10 hour drive back home on Sunday.
Water park.
Huh?
It must be an indoor water park.
It is. Yeah. It's Kalahari Resort something, and it's indoors water park, and they have an outdoor water park, but it's not like open yet. So
Gotcha. So,
yeah.
I know you're in Alabama, but I don't know, like, regionally in Alabama, where exactly, geographically, where are you at in Alabama?
Yeah, I just is about as specific as I like to get. I just say like northern Alabama.
Northern.
Um,
Okay. Okay. So you
yeah,
might not be, you're probably not super warm yet either then, because we're not in
no,
Southeast Missouri. I mean, today was hot though. It was like 80 degrees today.
yeah, yeah, but northern Alabama, it's been around like 50s and 60s lately. Um, so it's nice here, but it's all indoor, and humid and slides and all sorts of crazy stuff. So, but
I
yeah,
was
having
just
fun. I was glad to
thinking,
be here.
like, to verbally keyword this video, I could now say flip an accountant location and show up in those search results you were talking about. And now I can
That's
put that down
correct.
in the description.
That's correct. Yep. Yep. We were talking about that a couple nights ago on Kimmel and Kang, the Five Resellers channel, and you were obviously listening very closely.
Yeah, I was. I was sitting right over there and I was drafting all this stuff and just listening to everything you guys were saying. And I thought
Yeah.
that was so funny that I almost chimed in, but I didn't want to sound like weird. I feel like sometimes I'm the only person in a chat talking and I talk too
Yeah.
much. Yeah, you're agreeing with me.
No, 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 no. I think it's good when you're engaging with the chat, because sometimes people don't do that, and then it's like it's like you kind of feel like you're talking to a void, right? Like you know that you're talking, there are some people out there, but it helps when people are engaging and talking with the chat. Now, generally, I'm pretty good with that. Like I'll have this on one screen and then I'll have the chat open in another, but because I'm on my cell phone, I can't actually see the chat. But thank you to everyone that is here. And I'll make sure to thank people when you highlight comments and stuff. But thank you
I
guys for being
will.
here
Let me
today.
highlight some things and see. I know you saw backstage who all we were saying hi to. They're all
Yeah.
giving you a round of applause. Like Courtney is clapping, Anthony is here, Gulf Coast Pickers. Everybody was clapping for you when you
All
came
right.
in. So they were happy to see you for sure. And then Nancy reminds you guys to hit that thumbs up. I don't know if you're aware, Justin, but there's a money back guarantee on my live that if you hit
Okay.
the thumbs up, you're guaranteed to make a sale or your money back from watching the show.
That's fantastic. There's no way that can't be proven wrong. So just go
Right.
with it.
I
Go ahead
know.
and
It's
smack that
perfect.
like button. It increases happiness by at least 10%. So,
At least at a minimum.
yep.
So yeah, we've got, oh, Angelo is here and says happy Earth Day, y'all. I saw that today somewhere online that it was Earth Day. I
Mm-hmm.
think on Instagram. I wasn't aware. I for some reason had that pegged in some different part of the year. Did you see Tommy Callahan? See if anyone gets that reference. Do you know what he's
Is he
talking about?
is he talking about Tommy Boy? Callahan Auto Parts,
Yeah, I mean
Tommy
that's about the
Boy.
only place I've seen that that
Yeah.
last name.
I
I think
think I think that's right. The only thing that I would think of like Sandusky, Ohio, would be for like I think it's Six Flags that's here, Cedar Point. I'm sorry, it's Cedar Point. And so like Cedar Point is like a big deal here, but this place is like I didn't even know, but it's like massive. So and I'm not honestly like I'm not big on like water slides and like going fast or heights. I'm just here to hang with my family and have a good time with them. So
I don't like the tube water slides. I like the ones that are open, but I don't like the ones
yeah,
that are enclosed because I get a
yeah.
little claustrophobic.
Yeah, they kept trying to get us to go on the closed ones, and my mom was like no. She's like, I'm too claustrophobic, I can't. So I'm right
I'm
there with
not
you.
I'm not big on it either. Renee, I'm glad that you're here. I see Jody Marketplace Boutique also. Just want to get caught up here. And you guys are
Sure.
also sweet to say hi to each other. Kim is here as well. Hello, Kim. And iClaw Machine. Is this
Hi, Claw. Yeah, that's somebody from my channel. Watches like all my videos, comments, and everything. Always hangs out in the lives. Thank you so much for being here.
That's awesome. I was thinking that's
Yeah,
a new name to me, so I'm happy that you're here. Do you, so just abbreviate it to iClaw? Is that what I'm supposed to do?
yeah, that's what I do because I don't think I know their first name, and I'm sorry if you've said it, but I'm normally pretty good about remembering, but I don't remember.
I know. I sometimes I heard once that if you say it 3 times someone's name that you'll remember it, so I try to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really true or not. And I wanted to write down the book that you were recommending the other day. You had like a book recommendation and I didn't have any pen or paper near me and I thought I could go back and check it. But since you recommended that, I was on Think Media and they
Okay.
recommended a book called Hook Point. Was that what it's called?
No, that's actually another book that I want to read.
Right, but have you looked into that? They recommended that, and then I totally forgot about your recommendation. I started looking for the audio book of Hook Point. But what was the book that you were recommending the other day?
Yeah, so it was kind of completely different because we're on the five resellers and we're talking about communication and stuff like that. And I'm almost finished with a book called Nonviolent Communication,
That was
which is
it.
is it's not as heinous as it sounds. Like basically
No, it
like
sounded great.
yeah, it's basically like any kind of like violent communication is any kind of communication where we're saying or doing something that's hurting or harming our relationships with other people. So nonviolent communication is about like, expressing your message, asking for help, saying, "Hey, this is how I feel because of certain stimuli in my life. Here's how I think we could make it better. Can you help me with that?" And it's about collaborating and working together and stuff like that. And um, I sound very touchy feely right now, and I'm sorry, but it's
No, I
okay
love the
because I think it's
idea
it's good to
because
work on. So
that's true. Like people won't always remember what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel.
yeah,
And like even in the world of YouTube, that's true. Like I know I always try to like hype people up in my videos and make them feel
yeah,
motivated. And if they can leave feeling like, oh, I just want to go do something. Like someone commented the other day, I want to go crush something. I was like, go for a run.
yeah,
Whatever it is, like go do something because you have this like burst of motivation right now. And motivation is like a temporary thing. Discipline is what gets you through day after day after day of the same thing. But that
right.
motivation, like when motivation or inspiration strikes, you better just like go after it, right?
Yep, absolutely. That's an excellent way of putting it. The discipline, keeps you going every day. Motivation doesn't last, but yeah, and I've got several things that I'm working on trying to keep myself motivated, but I'm disciplined now. Like one thing that I haven't really talked about much lately is like 373 days ago, I decided to take better care of myself, and every single day for the past 373 days, I've done at least 10,000 steps a day.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's 5 miles every day.
Yeah, that's at least 5 miles a day. So I'm very disciplined. Like today, I knew I was on vacation, but the first thing I did was hit the treadmill for an hour. And I was like, all right, I'm good for the day.
Nice.
So
Now, are you the type like I used to when Fitbit first came out and I would do like the challenges with my friends? If I
yeah,
was behind at the end of the day, I would sit there marching in place in my living room and I would walk all over the house because I'm competitive and I didn't want to lose. If you're not at your 10,000, will you be marching around your house at the end of the day?
if I'm not at my 10,000, I will walk around my neighborhood in the dark because
Because
I
you're a man
like
and you can do that.
I live in a cul-de-sac and it's a nice like well lit area and all that stuff. And I will literally just walk like my cul-de-sac is like 250 steps, so I'll literally just walk it 10 or 20 times until I get everything that I need. I'm like, all right, well, it's time to round out the day. So
Wow. Yeah, that is discipline. That's congratulations. Like 373, is that what you said?
I've been keeping track every day. I use my Fitness Pal to log in, and 373 days I think I'm at, but I haven't missed a single day, so I've been doing really good.
That's awesome. The Hoogs are here listening along. Hello, Connor and Desiree. Mama with the camera, Lori is here as well. Danielle Knoll is here. I'm so happy to see Danielle and Lori both in the chat here. What's Hook Point? Oh, Hook Point is a book. It's about the hook. No matter what it is that you're trying to like sell people on, be it yourself in like a first impression or YouTube video, a job interview, like trying to sell an actual item. Like for us, I feel like as resellers, the hook would be our title
Yeah,
because people can't search pictures. Like a lot of folks will say the picture is the most important thing. No, it's not. They're never even going to see the picture if your title sucks. If your title isn't loaded, like you have 80 characters to put keywords in that actually matter. I mean, so your hook is your title as a reseller, I feel like. Is it that way on Amazon, you think, as well?
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, and my opinion on like title and thumbnail is kind of like it's like two pieces of the same puzzle. It's like you don't want them to be the exact same thing, but you want them to be very complementary.
Oh, that's
If
like
you
your thumbnail in your YouTube video too.
right, yeah. So that's kind of how I look at it is like you want those things to like work together. And then the hook is kind of like an overused term. Like when you're making YouTube videos, that's like generally like your first 10 to 15 seconds. You're trying to hook people in to like watch So you give them like
Mm-hmm.
a taste of like your best parts of the video, and sometimes it works well and sometimes it doesn't. But for me, like I'm pretty I'm pretty disciplined about that as well. I try to like I'll edit my video and I'm like, okay, I need to add 10 seconds to the very beginning to keep people interested.
Yeah,
But
because I've
yeah,
I've been on the I think we've all been on videos where you're like, I gotta click off. This is just isn't doing it for me. And then I go back and watch some of
right.
my original videos. And I was talking to who was I talking to? Maybe Gulf Coast Pickers this week. He was talking about making shorter videos because I've been trying to make my videos like under 15 minutes unless there's a need for it to be longer, just
Okay.
because I'm long-winded. And I need
Okay.
to get to the point. And he said, I made a shorter video, Rachel. And I said, congratulations. Like it's a discipline to make a short video for someone that really likes to communicate like I do. But
Yeah.
I remember Josh Harry Tornado used to always say, get to the point, get to the point. He wasn't saying that to me, and he was just saying it out
Sure.
broadly, but I
Sure.
needed to hear him say it to me because for some reason I was passing that to the person in the back like it was for somebody else. No, I needed
Right.
to listen to that like long before I did.
Well, there's so much value in just trying to be more concise. It's harder to give the same amount of information with less amount of words. You have to be, more intentional with what you're saying and how you're saying it. And I've talked to Josh too about like making videos and stuff like that. And he always gives great tips and stuff like that. And one of those is pacing. He's all about pacing in the videos. Like you don't want to be sitting too long doing one thing too long because people's time is valuable. And if they're sitting there watching your video, they're interested in you, they want to hear what you have to say. And if you're not keeping their interest, if you're not offering that value, then they're not going to keep watching. But if you are, and they watch that video and they watch another one, it's kind of like YouTube kind of rewards that, but also the viewer is getting rewarded because they're enjoying what you have to say too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And like on I guess a bigger scale TV and movies, they're switching the frame every 3 seconds.
Right.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
You think that that's not right, but the next time you're watching like a TV show or like a movie or something, count to three, and it's a different
Yep.
frame, or it's a different perspective, it's a different camera. I'm like, no way. Like that's
Yep.
where B-reel comes in. Because you give educational videos, I do educational videos. I don't do a whole lot of sourcing videos, and so that frame isn't changing unless I'm putting in B-reel and stuff, right?
Yeah. B-roll is important for kind of like changing up the frame, changing up the idea, or also adding imagery to like what you're talking about too. And even if like I try not to go more than 10 seconds in my video without changing the frame, and even if I don't have B-roll, I will just like shrink the frame a little bit so it looks like
That's a
I
good
changed.
idea.
So I
Or
try not to
flip
go more
it.
than 10 seconds. Yeah. So
I just
I'm
I
always
wish
changing it a little bit.
I wish there was a whole group of people, and maybe there is, and I'm just not in it. But if there was a whole group of people that to just brainstorm like new YouTube ideas and bounce ideas off of, and like people that are rowing your boat and not drilling holes in it, so to speak.
Okay, that's an
Like,
excellent metaphor. I love that. That's great.
yeah, well, not everyone in your boat is rowing with you. Laura is here, you
This is
guys,
true.
and Angelo says that Don, the auction professor, just posted a video about some new eBay changes that will affect clothing resellers, something about an imperfections category that
Hmm.
manufacturers will sell direct. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. Didn't something happen in the past week that one of the big manufacturers was saying that they're going to start selling their stuff direct? I can't think of the name of the clothing company, but it was like a big
Hmm.
clothing brand that said that they're going to start like buying like used clothes back and then they're going to reselling it. It's like they're
There's
almost
a
trying to
lot
cut
of them
resellers out of the
that have
market.
buyback programs now.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And I
So,
mean, I think even like Gap and Old Navy and places are doing like buyback. I think Free People has a buyback for their jeans just to keep them out of the secondhand market. And it's
yeah.
crazy. Coach has a buyback, and the price, they only buy like the beautiful vintage, like all leather, unlined, what you could sell for hundreds of dollars. Like the Coach that I collect is so pretty.
Okay.
They only buy that, and they will only give you, they said that it's between 10 and like 200, maybe $100. And I'm like, some of those bags are hundreds of dollars. So
Yeah.
it's not advantageous, and they want them in pristine condition. It's not advantageous to sell it to Coach. I love
Yeah.
Coach, but don't do that. Sell it to me. I'll
Yeah.
buy it from you.
I don't have my wallet nearby, but I'm going to grab my wallet really quick, and I'm going to grab my phone charger, and I will get back to the coach thing. So give me just 1 second.
Oh, okay. Okay. He's going to go get his wallet so he can drop his credit card information in the chat, you guys.
That's correct. Yep.
While you're doing that, the Eclectic Element is here. Hello, Swamp Picker is here. Jennifer Hayes, I'm so glad you're here and dropping links. You are so helpful and so appreciated. Trevor 10th Street Market is here. Javelina Flips Annie. I'm so glad that all of you guys are here. Terry Downs, hello. And let's see. Mom's Closet says, you guys are confirming why I don't want a YouTube channel. I love watching y'all. I don't need to make them. It is a lot of work. Little Miss Q is here also. And I'm going to try to scroll down to the bottom here so that I can catch up with you guys. Side Gig is here. Hi, everyone. And we have Marie. I'm gonna butcher this last name. Can you help me with this, Justin? Paralette, is that right?
Paralette looks good to me. Marie, thanks. I can say the first name. Marie, thanks for being here.
Oh yeah. My grandma's name was Marie, so I love that name. It's beautiful. Is that Chewbacca? Man, they have such a cool Star Wars line.
This is my Chewbacca Coach wallet. Yeah. So I also have a Darth Vader smaller wallet. I can't think of what the name is. I'm sure you know what it is, but that's my Coach Chewbacca wallet. So
nice. You just have good taste, Justin. I mean, Coach, Lego, numbers.
What can I say? I'm just blessed in that way.
I guess I'm not an accountant, and nor do I ever want to be, but I was in math club in school, so there's that.
Yeah. Well, I was in drama in high school. Does that count?
Yeah, I was in drama. Yeah, I guess we could have just been dorks together. If the things I did in high school were dorky or nerdy, like nobody told me that like band wasn't cool or drama wasn't or Quiz Bowl. Like, of course I was on Quiz Bowl. Why would I not be? That was so fun.
Yeah. Nobody gave you the memo, huh?
Nobody. I think I was cool, but looking back, I might have been a total nerd. But I had a good time. So listen to Kristen, math club. What? Oh, let's see. Happy Peach Thrifts. Linda says, hi, Israel. Israel must have said hi. Israel is probably watching. He's so sweet. Oh, right here, Drew says, Israel says hi. Hi, Israel. So the other day I put out a video, and I've been doing a lot of educational style content and motivational stuff. And it's kind of like you were talking the other day about how some of these videos, they don't take off really well at first, and then later maybe they do. And some of the stuff you release, it's like almost viral right out the gate. But this video, I worked really hard on it. I worked on it for hours, and it was 10 of 10. And so for those of you in the chat that don't understand what I'm saying, it was the 10th performing video out of my last 10. It was performing in 10th place. And so my son Israel was there, and I said, Israel, nobody seems to be watching mommy's last video. And he says, when I get screen time later, I'll watch your video.
Aww, that's very sweet.
Yeah, he said when he got to get on YouTube later, he would watch my video. And then I said something to my husband, and we're kind of like back and forth. We're a little catty with each other sometimes, like really sarcastic. And I said something sarcastic to my husband, and Israel says, if you're not nice to daddy, I'm not going to watch your video.
So you got to watch it all around then.
Yeah. He's sweet.
Well, that sounds like he's very supportive, so that's very nice.
Oh, he is. Like both my kids are. They're both subscribed. And Dello pops in the chat every once in a while, but I feel like I almost have to pay him to pop in the chat. When I could go to high school, I was in reading club from 6th grade through high school. See, reading's not necessarily something I'm interested in, but if I was, I would be in this club. Are you big on reading, or do you do mainly audiobooks, Justin?
Do audiobooks count as reading? That's
they do in my world. The only book I hold like in my hand is the Word, like the Bible.
Yeah, I was about to say the Bible.
I want to highlight. I want to highlight everything, and then I feel like I'm not concentrating as much. Like I enjoy YouVersion, and I'll turn it on if I'm in the car, but if there's something about like holding your own Bible and highlighting the pages.
Yeah.
So you're saying audiobooks are no?
No, well, I shouldn't say that. I've never listened to an audiobook before. I do listen to podcasts, but I prefer to read my books tangibly. And maybe for that reason, maybe because I just grew up reading books. Like I read Goosebumps as a kid, you know, short stories and stuff like that. So I was kind of a nerdy kid too back in the day. I don't know if you guys can believe that or not. I don't think I ever grew out of it, but yes, long answer to a short question. I do enjoy reading tangible books that I can hold.
I love audiobooks, and my oldest son, he really likes audiobooks and he would prefer that. And he got away with it in school. Like the teachers knew that he was just going home and doing the audio version because they would
Yeah.
have to take those accelerated reader like AR test. And
Okay.
so he would listen to the audiobook, but I guess he was digesting it nonetheless. Christopher, thank you very much.
Wow.
1999 super chat. And he says, nothing wrong with being a nerd. See, I knew being a nerd would pay off one
Yes.
day.
Yes. Fantastic.
And
Those
Angelo said that pocket protectors are required for math club.
That's right. Those days in choir and band were not wasted. It has paid off.
Yeah. What were you in choir? Were you a tenor
Uh,
or a bass?
um yes, I was bass. I did choir for several years. I did select choir. I did competitions and stuff like that. That's something I don't really talk about, but yes, I was in choir. I was in drama. I did plays and school plays, fun stuff like that. But by the time I graduated, then they started doing musicals, and I was like, oh, that would have been kind of neat, but I never got to do that. So
I'm not that great of a singer. I was in choir and an alto because I can't get those soprano notes. My son is currently a bass, but there's some really deep voices coming into the choir, and he's like, I swear if I'm a tenor next year, I'm dropping choir.
he's like, no more.
Yeah, yeah. But look at this. My son gets on and says hi, and he's on my account. We share an account, so I know what he's watching and what he's not.
Sure.
And kids, I'm telling you, you have to like monitor everything these days. There's a lot of weird stuff out there.
Yep, I don't have any kids, so I guess I don't have to be too
You don't
concerned
even
with
have to
that.
have kids to know. Like you're never searching for the weird stuff that pops up, are you?
Nope.
You
No, also,
mentioned
go ahead. I'm sorry.
You mentioned podcasts. What types of podcasts do you enjoy? I'm like NPR, How I Built This. That's really my favorite.
Yeah, I like NPR, like This American Life, something like that. That's one of their shows. After the show with Camille and Kang, I've been listening to Fire podcasts because I haven't really listened to any lately. I've been listening to YouTube podcasts about ways to improve your YouTube channel and improve your analytics and have
Mm.
better understanding and make better thumbnails and stuff like that. And they talk about you want thumbnails to like evoke emotion so people get invested, so then they check it out. And
That's why we
um,
make all those crazy faces, you guys.
yeah, yeah, it's not our fault. It's that if we make a video and we make a thumbnail that people don't click on, then essentially our time was wasted making the video. Like you could have a video with amazing content, but if nobody clicks on it, nobody watches it, it's not worth anything. Essentially, because you're
Yep.
just putting it out there and it's not performing, it's not doing anything.
It'll never get
So.
clicked on. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's so right. And I was thinking about that the other day while I was watching that Think Media video,
Mhm.
because they were talking about, making really clickable thumbnails and things. And
Yeah,
I was trying to redesign a thumbnail for my last video,
sure.
maybe help it. But yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking was there's so many channels that we'll probably never see because it's the thumbnail or the title is falling flat.
Right.
And then I got thinking, like, God bless brand new YouTubers. They tell you exactly what the video is about in the thumbnail. They'll be like, this
Yeah.
video is about 7 ways to blah, blah, blah. And like you say, no emotion behind it or anything. Some of my older videos, it was like a black screen
Yeah.
with just words on it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
some of mine are terrible. I have a few thumbnails with like 57 words on screen and I haven't like changed it. It's like how to download the merchant fulfilled forms for Amazon at the end of the day by using the UPS. And I'm sitting here like this and I have like 57 words on screen and I still haven't changed it, knowing that it's completely and fully wrong, almost as a reminder to myself that nobody watches this video and that's why you don't do that. So
yeah. Well, when I make like a really bad buy, I won't redonate it because it's like you say, a reminder to myself, don't you ever
yeah.
buy this again. I will make myself sell it, even if I have to like end up paying shipping to get it to someone. Like, I am not
Right.
redonating it. You will never make this mistake again.
Right. This is a learning mistake. This is not a failure. This is a learning opportunity.
Right. I'm paying for my education. Kim, you're so sweet. Kim says, Rachel, your video was very inspiring. You are a bright ray of sunshine on a gloomy, rainy day here in Seattle. I've never been to Seattle, but I understand it can be pretty gloomy. Have you been there before?
Nope, never been to Seattle. I would like to go one day, but never been. So,
hello, Gibby's girls. Have you traveled around the country, visited many states yet?
Yeah, so I used to my job before the one that I do now, I used to travel a lot more. So I got to go to a bunch of different states in the country. I used to go to DC a lot, which is just fantastic because they have tons of museums and monuments and cool stuff like that. And I haven't been to DC in a few years. And I used to be spoiled because I would go like multiple times a year. So it's been a while since I've been to DC. But yeah, road trips like this are the only ones that I get to really do any fun traveling anymore. But you were talking about Think Media, and next month, I'm actually going to Las Vegas for the Think
You
Media.
are?
I'm going to the Think Media YouTube conference. And I'm bringing my mom with me, who just snuck in the room.
Oh, that's the conference you're going to.
She's going to pop in. This is my mom. You guys can say hi, Mom.
Listen, I need to know if Justin has a YouTube channel.
Here, put this in your ear. She can't hear you.
I said, if you're going to Vegas, we'll see you there.
I'm not. I wish that I was, but would you let everyone know that Justin has a YouTube channel?
I am his biggest fan. I work at a car lot, and I deliver cars. We do about 130 a month, and I tell everybody about my son.
That's so sweet.
YouTube, the flipping accountant. So, yeah, I do. He gets embarrassed. He still hangs out with me, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure he appreciates it. My folks are like that, and I always appreciate it. Like, you need your parents to be your biggest cheerleaders.
Oh yeah, my sister, we have a huge family, so yeah.
It's so sweet.
Yeah,
I love it.
So the treat is for the kids for spring break is Kalahari. 2 days. You can have 6 people in each room, and
wow,
it's like a clown car. We're just fitting as many people as we can.
Oh my gosh.
We're from Michigan, and so it's all, everybody's here.
Yeah.
So it's a good
I love it. I love that you guys get the family time, because I was just telling him that my family's the same way. We're very spread out. We don't get to see each other very often, so that time is precious.
It is. Well, nice meeting you.
You too.
Go to Walmart because Jade has to have an earring in her ear.
Okay.
Look for some clearance Lego while you're there.
Yeah.
We've already been to Walmart twice, and I picked up some Lego. Right.
Of course you did.
We had to get goggles for the twins.
Yep.
For the water. But
perfect.
Jada played softball tonight, and she had to take her piercings out, and she doesn't want to close up. So
yeah. Speaking of ears, I'm kind of going deaf right now.
Okay. All right. Nice meeting you.
You too. Bye.
Everybody likes me to leave.
Love you.
Your mom's so sweet. Look, this is my kid here. Mom, I like you.
Rachel's kid is watching and said, "Mom, I like you."
Oh, I like you too, Israel.
No Walmart for me. You guys have fun. I've been twice today.
That's so funny. Looking for an increased allowance. Oh, he wrote it again. Israel, I like you.
That's very sweet.
Marie's laughing at your face.
Totally unexpected, totally unscripted. Thank you for being a part of this.
Legit, my folks are the same way. They're watching right now, so they can chime in at any time. But I was in somebody's live the other day, and they were talking about, I think it was Pittsburgh Picker.
Okay.
Was talking about like talking into the remote control, how some of the remote controls are like voice activated or whatever. My parents and my dad gets a kick out of the fact that he can tell his remote play Rachel Strickland and it pulls up my videos. And he does.
That's awesome. That's way cool. I mean, you need to have every device set up that way. Just tell the toaster, can you play Rachel Strickland? When you get a TV, when you get a TV on your fridge, that needs to be playing on the fridge when you walk in there too.
We use Google. I don't have like any Apple products or anything. Okay. So, and I don't have Amazon, so I don't have the Alexa.
Okay.
But we use a little Google Home, and so I'll tell it's linked to the TV. So I'll tell the
Okay.
little Google speaker because I had to try it. I was like, does it work
Sure.
on
Sure.
Google? And so, you set your activation and will you stream? It's a funny thing here. Okay. So if you're wanting
Okay.
Google to stream something, then you have to say stream, like I could say stream the flipping accountant videos on your mom. That is
Okay.
what that is what my husband named the living room TV, your mom.
Oh, your mom.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
And
awesome.
so
That's
because you
funny.
like name the different devices and
Okay.
yeah, funny,
That's
right?
pretty funny.
But that's awesome. So have you done a lot of sourcing? You said you just picked some stuff up today. Let's talk about what is the best item that you picked up all week.
Yeah, so I gave myself a challenge heading up to Ohio. I was like, I'm going to record a different kind of video. I'm going to do a sourcing video, but I'm going to see if I can pay for my vacation while I'm sourcing headed to my destination. So my goal essentially was to see if I could make 500 bucks in one day or
Wow.
save 500 bucks in one day from going to point A to point B. And that's why a 10-hour trip turned into a 14-hour trip because I stopped at a couple Walmarts and I had to get lunch somewhere, and then I drove some more, and then I was exhausted, and then I finally went to a final Walmart. And long story short, spoiler alert, I hit my goal. So
Wow.
yeah.
Nice. Was it worth the extra time that it took you?
No, definitely not.
No.
I was so tired. And I thought ahead, Rachel. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a hotel at my destination, so I just don't have to worry about that. I got to like hour 10 on the road last night, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to pull over and sleep somewhere, but I couldn't because I already paid for my hotel at my destination. So
Oh,
I was
dang.
running on fumes, getting up here, but I made it, and everything's fine and everything's cool and all that. But yeah, I was pretty tired getting up here. But yeah. So long story short, I made or saved about 500 bucks on my trip. But yeah, it was fun. It was a challenge. So, but yeah, I made it. So
Nice. So that's like the best stuff, I guess, this week because the story that goes along with it also. Yeah,
yeah.
when I was younger, these long trips didn't seem so long. Like it's 18 hours to go see my family.
Mhm.
And we could make it in one trip. I don't feel like I'm that old. I'm 36, and the idea of that is not something I even want to think about driving for 18 hours.
Yeah, it doesn't sound super appealing as it used to. But I've seen them. I saw a meme this week. I guess I joined one of these like Midwestern, like, you're from the Midwest, if this, whatever. And it was like, yeah, I'll do a 10-hour car trip because it's, instead of a 2-hour flight. And I was like, yeah, that's me. I'd rather just drive.
Well, if you're like me, then it takes 3 hours to get to the airport so it's like 3 hours, and then TSA wants you there 2 hours in advance, and then the flight
Right.
is another 2.5 hours. So I'm like, it's 8 hours just to get there, and now I don't have my own car.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and and
like,
and sometimes it just makes more sense to fly, like going to Vegas. Like it makes more sense
yeah,
to fly, and I won't have my car. But if we needed a car, we can rent one. We probably won't. But but a trip like this, I was like, nah, I got this. 10 hours in the car, it's easy. We're good.
New England
So
Betty Boop is here, and telling us hello, and you're so sweet. I think she's calling one of us beautiful. I'll take it.
well, you take it. You deserve it more than I do. Absolutely. So
She might have been
congrats.
talking to you. Who's to say?
She did put your name
Um,
first though. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But
Um,
yeah, I did my sourcing yesterday, and then this morning I did a little bit more sourcing just to like kill time. And I found a Walmart nearby, and they had a whole bunch of Lego on clearance. And I did this thing that I advise people to do. I went up to the employee that was putting out clearance, and I was like, "Hey, I see you have toys on clearance. You want to get rid of them, right?" She was like, "Yeah." I said, "Can you mark them down again for me?" And she was like, "I'll see what I can do." And she literally pulled up the scanner and started scanning them. And she said that they are blocked from marking down, like doing any other additional markdowns until May, is what she told me. So she showed me like on the scanner, like it literally
wow.
said like blocked, like they can't do it right now. So I'm not sure what the deal is there, but yeah, they said they can't do any more markdowns right now.
Well, I asked a lady, again, trying to follow your advice somewhat. I wasn't so bold to just outright ask if they could be marked down, but they
Yeah,
were loading up a lot of Lego. And I was like, hey, this same clearance price has been on here for a little while. When
right.
is it going to go on sale a little deeper clearance? Because, like you say, you want to get rid of it, right? And
Yep.
they told me at the time that it would be every 2 weeks. And then they looked up and they told me like when it had went on clearance. And then, in 3 days, come back and it'll be a deeper clearance.
Nice.
They were on some kind of a schedule too.
hmm Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like every store has their own markdown schedule. So like I'll post a video where I found a whole bunch on clearance, and then I'll have people in the comments like, Justin, these aren't on sale in my store. And I have to remind everybody, I'm like, every store is different. Like you might have 5 stores in your area and only one of them has the sales right now. They might have a sale a month later, or they might not have it at all. Like every store is different. So
Yeah, they
I have to,
put one of the huge, I think it was the huge Millennium Falcon, like the one
okay,
before the one that's out now, was on
okay,
clearance at like the Sykeston Walmart, which is just 17 miles from here, but Dexter wouldn't even match the price. Um, there was another fella in the aisle. That was the last time. When was the Lego drop? Was August 1st. So when
mhm,
they clearance out the Legos right before that. And I mean, I don't know if you've ever shared with people, or maybe I don't know if you want to share with people, but if
okay,
folks would see like when the new Lego drops are going to happen, that gives
mhm,
you a pretty good clue about when the Lego sets are about to go on clearance, because they have to make room. They only have one, the certain amount of shelf space that they've
right,
purchased. And so those sets that are about to retire are going on. So it's like a double whammy. They're retiring and they're going on clearance. So
right,
they definitely pick those up. And they've got some
right.
amazing new things out right now. They have a Harry Potter trunk. I don't know if you saw that. It's like
I've
super
seen the Harry
colorful.
Potter trunk. That's pretty cool. I like the color scheme. The color scheme is pretty cool.
Yes.
Yesterday, I picked up the 2 new mechs, like the little robots. I got the Wolverine mech and then the Black Panther mech. Those they're only little $10 units. They're like little
My son
robots and
got
stuff,
one
but I think they're
today.
so cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So,
remember which one. He got the spider, like the Black Spider-Man one. Maybe it's not Black
okay.
Spider-Man, maybe it's what's that guy's name?
Um, Miles Morales, that one. That one is a black and red mech. Um,
I don't know. It could be that one. It might be. But he
okay.
picked up one of those today. He had some Tooth Fairy money and he had some Christmas money. And so he had like $35. And he said, Mom,
Awesome.
I'm gonna waste $20 and then I'm gonna keep the rest. He's 5. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, let's go to the store. I took him like right after school. And then we walk in, he goes, I'm gonna waste all my money. And I said, okay, let's
Nice.
go to the toy aisle. And then he gets
Right.
there and he will only spend $10. He's like, I'm gonna hang on to the rest of it. So he's frugal like his mother, right?
Yeah, it sounds like there was a roller coaster of emotions. Mom, I'm not going to spend money. Mom, I'm going to spend all my money. I'm barely going to spend anything. So,
Yeah, Black Panther is the one he
sounds like he
got.
was wise.
Did you get
Okay,
that
Black
one, the
Panther.
Black Panther one?
I did. Yeah, I got the Wolverine one and I got the Black Panther one. Those are the 2. There's also a new Iron Man one, but I didn't see that one in the store.
One that a set that I have to put together that I haven't yet is it retired. I feel like it's 2 years ago now.
Okay.
It was one of the space sets that retired, and I ended up getting it for like $11, and it's pretty sizable. But I think that's like I bought a bunch of them on clearance and kept all the ones that I wanted, because that's my
Nice.
trouble. I hardly ever sell Lego,
Okay.
even if it's a set that I already have. Like chances are my kids will want it, and then if they don't want it, I'm looking at the value of the bricks themselves. But I bought
hmm
so many loose Lego bricks last year. I don't think I ever need to buy another one ever.
Now, do you like sort them? Do you take the time to like sort them and put them into like colors or brands or not
Yeah,
brands, but like sizes or whatever? Because I don't think I have the time or the patience to do that,
well,
unfortunately.
I bought these clear drawers and I organized a rainbow of them in all of these
Okay.
drawers. And then my son, he's super meticulous. Like my oldest son wants to be an engineer for Lego one day.
Oh, okay.
And like, yeah, he wants to move to Denmark right out of high school, and because that's the only place that they hire engineers, and he's in the
Okay.
engineering program now. Like, to say that we're Lego obsessed, I know that some people are fans, but like our
Yeah,
wedding cake topper was minifigures. It was a Lego cake topper.
that's fantastic. So you guys fit together in that way. That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
great.
my husband's not really much of a Lego fan.
Okay.
I think he just
Well,
appeased me on that. He probably didn't care what the cake
wait a
topper
minute.
was.
Men just appeasing their wives, make them happy. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if anyone can
Yeah.
confirm that in the chat.
But I don't know why I remember having a few Lego sets as a kid, and I thought that
Yeah.
they were so cool, but we didn't have a ton of them. And maybe it's like you said, like the stuff you didn't have when you were a kid, you want to buy it all now.
Yeah, I still have a few sets that my parents bought me when I was a kid, and those those have special meaning to me, even though they're not like displayed or anything like that. But now I can just, well, it's like now we have the time, or now we have the money to buy stuff, and not necessarily the time to do everything, or to do everything that we want, I guess. But
I know. I got the like the 3-story tree house is the biggest set that I have, and the book is like
okay,
this thick. And my husband got it for me for Christmas, and I'm so serious, you guys. I almost cried when I opened it because it was so unexpected. I would never have asked for that. And
yeah,
it took me the better part of 2 years setting down an hour at a time. It only took 18
hmm,
hours to build it, but that 18 hours was spread over 2 years because it's like you said, like you just don't have the time to do all the things
right,
you want to do. And at the time, Israel was really little, so every time I would pull that set out, he wanted to play with it and he wanted to build it, and I was like, "Go play with
yeah.
your own Lego set." Troy, hello, hello. I'm so glad that you're here. Drew says I build other stuff, which is true. He's an electrician by trade, and he's super, super handy. If I have an idea, like I'll design it and he just executes it. He's very handy.
That's fantastic. I wish I had somebody like that in my life. I
When
tried. Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I had a handyman come over to give me some quotes on my house, and I got the quote back, and I'm still in pain. So I'm not sure when a handyman texts you and says, "Do you have a priority to what you want done first, or like do you want a quote for everything?" I knew it was going to be trouble, and then I got it, and I was like, "I'm gonna have to learn how to do stuff on YouTube." That's just the answer here. So
Well, you can learn anything on YouTube. Like when we opened up our kitchen and redesigned our house, we just live in a like a really modest ranch house. And so in a
okay,
ranch, you walk in the living room and the kitchen is divided by a wall. My husband, like on YouTube, learned how to rip out that load bearing wall
nice.
and how to
That's
put up
awesome.
like an LVL beam. And this is like this 500-pound piece of wood that we had to go get to put in there. But he learned all of
Yeah.
that. I mean, he has a construction background, but he didn't know how to
Okay,
rip out a load bearing wall and the house not cave in. And it's been
sure.
several years ago now. So I guess he did it right.
Yeah, absolutely. The proof is in the pudding on that one. So wait a minute, Rachel. You're saying that if you provide value on YouTube, it pays off? People put out good information for free? No way. I
I'm
when I
telling
looked up your
you.
channel, when I looked up your channel just because I wanted to see the thumbnail, I scrolled down a little bit and it was like how to authenticate a Coach purse, how to redo a Coach purse, and here's one that was kind of crummy, and then here's one looking fabulous, and those evergreen videos that you had created seems like they've done well over time.
Yeah, it's funny because my Coach stuff that really it doesn't net it's I put it out for resellers so that resellers
Mhm.
can authenticate these items and rehab them when they find them, but it finds a completely separate audience too. It's
Sure.
like two separate genres of people are clicking on those because you have the Coach and designer bag enthusiasts, and then you have
Yeah.
resellers also because of the way that it was keyworded.
Right.
I actually just ripped apart two fake Louis Vuitton, and that's my next video is how to authenticate Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
And
Fantastic.
yeah, I've got one coming out on how to authenticate. I don't know if you're much of a sneakerhead, but
Nope.
off-white Jordans.
Nope. Those are white shoes, right?
No, they're not white. Not like the color off-white, like the brand off-white.
Nope. Nope.
Like
That's
Virgil
not a
Abloh, the designer for off-white.
nope.
No?
Nope.
Well, they're
You're
like
you're not
$12,000 shoes. And
you're not
so if
talking
they're
Legos. You're not talking my language right now. I don't know anything about off-white shoes. I'm sorry.
my oldest son tried to blend my love of Lego and my love of designer, and he made me this little Gucci bag out of Lego.
Aw,
It's so
that's sweet.
cute. My oldest son made me that, and then I took it off to go on the run. But my youngest son made me a necklace this morning out of Lego chains. Is that the
It,
sweetest thing ever?
that is very cool. That's very
And
sweet.
then he told me I have to give it back.
You can't even keep it. Hey, mom, I made this for you temporarily,
Yep.
but I'm gonna need this back.
He took like the Spider-Man webs
Mhm.
and then one of the chains and connected it. He's like, the silver part goes in the front. I wore it all day. Like nobody even
Yeah.
asked me about it. I went to Walmart. Like I did Meals on Wheels, so I saw 22 people and delivered lunch. Nobody asked me about it.
Yeah, no, that's sweet when you can make little stuff like that, and you receive Lego little gifts like that. Like last year, I received from my friend's kid. They know I'm a huge fan of like Reese's and peanut butter and stuff. So my friend's kid made me a Lego Reese's, like a
That is so
brown and
cool.
yeah, like brown and black. It was like it was like a peanut butter cup. But he was like, "This is a Reese's for your birthday," and I still have that in my living room on my shelf. So.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only grown adult that displays some of their Lego builds in their living room because I built this really mod house. It was cool. It came with an electric car that you could plug up into the house and it has solar panels on top of it. I'm like, they were
Oh,
really reaching with this one. And I haven't found space in the display for it yet. So it's just sat in my living room for like 2 months now.
nice. Yep. Yeah, it just happens. You set it in one spot and you're like, I'll find a home for this. Little did you know that is the home for it. So
Yeah, maybe. It did make me think. I'm like, I typically there's a dresser underneath our TV, and I thought I put my Christmas village on there. What if throughout the year I could just put my Lego village out there?
yeah,
I
just
mean,
keep adding to it.
yeah, that could be good. Drew was encouraging you to look up on YouTube and do all the stuff yourself. I'm encouraging you to do that too. I think that's a good idea.
All right,
Courtney
Drew, I'm gonna
says,
reach out if I need help.
I mean, we might not be too far from you, to be honest. You'll have to Google it. He'll travel. Courtney says someone was asking me today at the bins and I directed them to your channel, Rachel. It was about a purse. Thank you, Courtney. I would love to help anybody. And sometimes people will send me pictures on Instagram and ask me to authenticate things. That's actually how I came across the 2 Louis Vuitton that I just trashed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Derek and Jasmine, ATL Flippers, reached out
Okay.
wanting to know what I thought about the bags. And I was like, do not buy those. And they're like, we did buy these. Like these came in a lot of stuff. And so he
Okay.
said, how about I send them to you and you can use them in a video to educate people and then trash them. So
Nice.
yeah, it was a win-win. I mean, if you mistakenly buy something like that, you at least want someone else to like learn from your mistake,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that kind of like what you're saying, like that's a win-win-win. Like you're providing value, you're educating people like, hey, don't make this mistake, don't buy this. They're learning how to do it. There's no losers in that scenario. So that's awesome.
No. Yeah, I know. And anything that I do want to learn how to do, I always go to YouTube and try to look it up. It's like you said what did you say? It was like the second biggest search engine?
Yeah, so Google is the first biggest search engine, and then the second biggest search engine is YouTube, which is owned by Google. And
Mhm.
think about how often you need a question answered, or you need an instructional tutorial, or you want to learn how to do something. How often do we just go straight to YouTube? Or if you even type it in Google, the first thing are the YouTube results. And that's kind of a magic combination too. If you're able to like write something with keywords that answer somebody's question, and it does it without adding too much fluff, and it gets right to the point, does it, and then you start ranking, and then you can go into your YouTube analytics, and you can see that the reason that you're getting all the views is from external like search and keywords and all that kind of stuff. Like when you can get all that, it's pretty awesome what it can all really add up to. So.
An educational YouTube video that I'm just throwing it out there, you might consider merging YouTube advice and accounting and looking at like the numbers of the analytics and talk about like which ones we should be most concerned about. And, I know it's like the slippery slope with trying to blend reselling and YouTube together because not everybody, the audiences don't always like convert, but there's so many people that would find value in that and you could still merge it with accounting.
Yeah, I personally I really enjoy getting into the analytics of YouTube and like understanding where people are finding the information, where they're watching it from, how long they're watching, all that kind of stuff. And I couldn't find a ton of good videos on analytics on YouTube. And I actually signed up for Skillshare, and there's some classes on Skillshare about analytics on YouTube that I've learned that have been very beneficial to me. So it's like I create groups of different videos on my channel. So it's like my sourcing videos, and then I have my Evergreen videos, and then I have my lives and all that kind of stuff. And like I analyze like, oh, this performed well here, but this performed better over time. how many subscribers did I gain? How much, was it worth it? Essentially, it's like,
Yeah.
I made videos and I'm like, oh, we'll test this theory. And then, okay, either this worked or it didn't, how can we move forward from here? But yeah, it's kind of a nerdy thing that I really enjoy the analytics. So.
Well, I mean, that's good that you enjoy it, because some people, have no idea what their analytics are, what their like retention rate is, and what percentage is still watching after that first 30 seconds. And like, yeah, I enjoy looking at those, because I want to know, like you say, testing different theories, like what changed. And there's a lot that goes into YouTube that's behind the scenes that people don't see. I mean, I realize I used to be so guilty of doing that, just like one take, not editing it and uploading it from my phone, but trying to take it seriously, in my opinion, is just trying to put value out, because I learned how to resell from watching YouTube. And if I can teach someone else, like I was talking about before I tell this story. Hello, Josh.
Okay.
F30.
Hey, Josh. Thanks
I just
for
wanted
being
to
here,
say hi to him real quick. And Smitty's family store is here. I don't know if I said hi to Smitty, but hi, Smitty. But my folks found something incredible and awesome. And they found it yesterday, and this morning they're like, I'm gonna go back to the thrift store and see if this is still here. And I was like, I heard them say what it was, and I was like, there's not a snowball's chance this thing's not. So I'm not trying to act like it's like a big deal or anything. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, talk to you guys later. We parted ways, on the phone. They went to the thrift store and I went to go do my Meals on Wheels. And then my mom calls me right after Meals on Wheels, and she's like, I have to video chat you, it was still there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you didn't. I'm just gonna have to tell y'all what it was. So there were 3 bags of vintage Polly Pocket. And
oh wow, okay,
yeah, three bags from like 96, and they were $15 for all 3 bags. Like I told her, I would have easily paid $100 for those 3 bags. Oh my gosh, they were incredible. And so she says, I saw them yesterday, and I kept thinking I should get them, but your dad was like, maybe we shouldn't. She said, but I remember Bolo Buddies was talking about it. And I was like, I just love that so much. Like they were able, I mean, literally from a video she made, something she said, like, you fed my parents probably for a week, more than that probably. That's grocery money. That's, your electric bill, that's whatever. And so I take it so much more seriously, that I'm not just trying to show people cool things that I bought and sold. It's why I don't do a whole lot of like sourcing necessarily, because like I want to show you whatever is going to help you pay your bills and stay at home with your kids. And it's just exciting for me. Like, is that the part, what gets you most excited about YouTube?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's fantastic that, that they learned about that from a video, and then they actually found that in a store and it was still there. That's amazing. That's way cool. Yeah. And Courtney does a lot of great information, and she has 2 channels now, right?
She has 3 channels.
3 channels. Okay. I knew she had at least 2. I didn't realize she
has Bolo Buddies, sourcing with Bolo Buddies, and then resellers testing products channel.
Okay. Okay, so I did know there was a 3rd one. I knew there was at least 2, but now that you mentioned that, but yeah, she's killing it out there, putting out tons of great information, and that's really helpful. So I really enjoy, sourcing. That's probably my most fun part. Selling stuff is meh. Boxing stuff up for Amazon is not fun or sexy or anything like that. It's like literally like putting stickers on boxes and throwing small boxes into big boxes and then printing off labels and taking it to the store. Like that's not fun for me. I mean, it's nice seeing it on the app, like when I'm selling stuff and making money, like that's nice. But just like kind of the bottleneck for me is the boring part of like actually prepping it and shipping it. But I enjoy, like, kind of like what you're saying, like I enjoy sharing information. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy educating. And I've got some sourcing videos coming out soon, but it's more of like, hey, here's what I'm looking at. Here's why I'm looking at it. And instead of like, here's how much money I'm trying. Yeah. So it's like, instead of just saying, I'm just trying to make as much money as I can. No, that's not it. Like, I have a specific goal today. My goal in mind is to do X. Here's how I'm going to get there. And if I get there, great. If not, here's why I didn't make it. But I'm trying to be more intentional and making my videos more story driven, instead of just aimlessly like, hey, I'm just scanning everything. It's like, hey, I'm going in today with a purpose. Here's the goal, and then we'll see what happens, kind of thing. So
yeah. I know that's something Drew Profit Monsters is always talking about, like what the content we put out, like what is the value to the content. And so like what you're talking about, showing people like, not only am I looking at this, but this is why. Because then if they reach out to you and they're like, this specific set 749 is not on sale, you've told them what else to look for. Like you've already like planted that seed of knowledge. Now what they do with that is up to them, because 90% of people, I think, will take that seed of knowledge and it'll go into the back of their mind. They'll never actually execute on it. But when you do execute on the knowledge that you're given, like the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and sometimes people just kind of want you to hand it to them, like just, you know, break it down in baby steps and give it to them. And I do the best that I can to try to explain it, you know, in basic language. I'm not trying to oversimplify things or whatever, but it's like I used to use Brickseek a lot, and people were like, oh, you know, oh, is this the only reason you're finding stuff? Can you make some videos on Brickseek? And I made 10 videos on Brickseek, and they're some of my worst performing videos on my channel. And I'm like, I literally mention it every time I'm like sourcing. I'm like, hey, if you want to learn how to do what I'm doing, watch these videos, because I sat there and made them for you. And if you don't watch them, you know, that's the information is there. I took the time, I made it for you. If you don't want to use it, that's fine. But it's like, there knows, you know, I'm teaching how to do it. I'm telling you exactly what I'm doing, and I have it on camera. Like this, I'm doing everything that I can, you know.
I did tell someone the other day that reached out to me about a purse. I pointed them to the video where I show you exactly how to authenticate that. And I don't think it was the answer they were looking for. I think you're right, that they were just like, yeah, but just tell me if this one's real. Like your video is 17 minutes. And I'm like, maybe
That's
you can
like,
check it out.
I can only do so much.
Yeah. Josh says, yes, Rachel, I ran into a viewer in my town that let us know that we've helped him start reselling. It's so fun to help others. That's awesome. That's awesome, killer. And Noelle says, okay, Rachel, I bought a vintage Coach purse today for $3. That's incredible. I hope it's all leather. 99% sure it's real. They missed it when they priced bags, probably because it doesn't say Coach anywhere on the outside. It was in a tote with a bunch of vintage lace sack bags, which I also bought. I hope I'm saying that right. I want to see that bag, Noelle. Instagram me a picture of it. And Drew's laughing because I don't know if you ever watched the Reseller Testing Products channel of Courtney's.
I haven't.
We were on live there one night, and oh my gosh, it was me, her, and Carissa. And it is, I mean, I have never laughed so hard in my life. And one of the things that Courtney was cracking up about was her name.
Okay.
It's just funny. You just had to go back and watch it. It's one of those had to be there, and you could be there by watching it. It was me putting my foot in my mouth a couple different times, and I didn't mean to. I can't remember exactly what was said, but it was every wrong timing. Everything was bad about it. We listed our death pile all week instead of sourcing, and sold over $700 from death pile stuff. That is, and it's crazy because that's the stuff that'll sell first, and your other stuff is just sitting there stagnant.
Yeah, congratulations, Josh. That's awesome. Did you do it on eBay or whatnot? Because I know we've been talking about that a lot lately, but I know he's been doing some whatnot stuff too. So
are you on whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't even have the app on my phone. It's only on my tablet, so I just don't tune into a lot of the auctions. So forgive me for not knowing that you're on there. But what are you selling on there?
So I've done 3 auctions. I did one auction was retro video games, and the second auction was all brand new video games, which was a terrible idea. And then the third auction I did last week was a co-hosted auction with Cheap Finds Gold Mines, and we just sold a bunch of video games, mostly retro stuff, and I kind of mixed in some new stuff. But overall, it's interesting. It's a different kind of platform. I think we all kind of have like shiny object syndrome with it right now. I think everybody that is like into it is like, oh, this is so cool. This is like the new age of selling, blah, blah, blah. I think it'll cool down, and then kind of people will just go back to other platforms and stuff like that.
Kind of like Poshmark.
I think it'll get to the point where it gets kind of like oversaturated, because I see people quitting already that are just not getting enough viewership and just not making enough money. But then other people are making like really good money and making between eBay and Amazon prices, and sometimes over. So it's kind of a fun interactive thing like this. Like, you can chat with the people and you can make jokes and have all that kind of stuff. So I think it's an interesting platform, and I've done a few auctions and I've made a little bit of money on it. But I need to get refocused on other stuff too, because I can't just drop everything for a new platform. Like if it's going to fit into my my arsenal of different selling platforms, then I just have to figure out how that's going to work.
That's true. So. That's true. Drew is on there more than I am. He buys stuff from people and whatnot. And he says, I do so much picking. I pick the trash, I pick my clothes, I pick my tools, I pick my teeth, I pick my nose, pick up sticks, pick up truck. Yeah, he's always picking things. Brittany's here too.
Always picking.
Yeah, he buys stuff on there to resell. He found a really cool double-sided vintage Chicago Bulls shirt that was single stitch. He bought from there. It came in, it wasn't quite the size that we were expecting. I kind of wondered if it was a kid's large, but it's just that really boxy vintage size. So I'm not sure how well it's going to perform. But I feel like with Whatnot, if it's a good if it is a good platform to source on, that should kind of tell you how the prices are as a seller.
Yes and no. So you can, I've been thinking about making videos on this, but I feel like it would come across kind of harsh. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it yet. But you can make money buying stuff on Whatnot. I'll just put that out there. What you can do is here's the crux of it. You can go to streams where there are like less than 10 people. Pick a category, Lego, retro games, vintage clothing, whatever. Pick a category, less than 10 people in a stream. You can sit there and you can buy stuff and you can make money on it. You can turn around, put it on eBay, you can turn around, put it on Amazon, which I've done both. I've done both. I've sourced on Whatnot and I've sold on Whatnot. But here's the thing, you have to sit there for like hours, because if you're watching a stream that nobody is watching, there's something wrong. Either the person is they're not very presentable, they don't have an entertaining stream, or it's just overall the quality is very low. So you can like sit for hours watching I don't want to say crappy, but you can sit for hours watching a subpar stream and get good deals, but you're also wasting hours doing something that you could have been doing something else. So
that's true.
So there is a time trade-off sourcing on Whatnot, which I've done it a couple times. But it's I don't know if it's the best place to source, and I don't know if it's the best place to sell, but I think there's a good fit for some people, and I just don't know where I fit in with it yet. So
like Smitty's saying, I bought a Champion reverse, I'm assuming he means reverse weave single stitch hoodie on Whatnot last weekend for $8. So if it was vintage reverse weave, like, yeah, that would have went for a lot more on another platform. But hello, JRKR 1964. But then you have like Josh, Harry Tornado just picked up Plank from Cartoon Network, the plush that he sold. And I messaged him and I was like, I thought you picked that up in your video because it was nostalgic for you and you liked it. But then I didn't know it was worth so much money. And he actually said, I didn't know it was worth that until people bid it up to that on Whatnot.
Okay.
And so here he brought something to Whatnot, like this guy that brought this Champion reverse. We probably expected it to go for a lot more and it didn't. But then you have Josh bringing this plush that he probably expected to go for $12. It sold for $190.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, is like with auctions like that, people get emotionally invested, and they're like, that's mine. Like, I don't want to lose that. That's my item. I need to have that or whatever. Plus, then if you mix in like the YouTuber / influencer part of it, if you get some of your fans or your fandom or people that really enjoy you, they like their name popping up on screen. They like that you're talking to them. They're like, oh, hey, yeah, it's so cool. It's like your own, you're getting hyped up by somebody you enjoy watching too. So that's why they really enjoy having like YouTubers, influencers on there. But at the same time, there are sellers on Whatnot that are not YouTubers, that are not influencers, and they don't like us. Like, they straight up say that we don't like YouTubers on this platform. And I'm in like Facebook groups with these Whatnot people. I'm not kidding. And somebody was like, yeah, I just hit 3,000 followers on Whatnot. I don't even have a YouTube. Like, this is how you do it. And I'm like, what is so wrong with people like that built up their own YouTube? Like, nobody just handed this to us, But yeah, so the selling platform, they like influencers and YouTubers and stuff, but some of the other sellers do not like YouTubers at all.
I think some people in general don't like YouTubers, or it's funny because, I mean, I don't know if you live, I get the feeling your town's small like mine. Like, we have 7,800 people in our town. And when I mention YouTube, people are like, that's such a cute hobby. I have Facebook, And I'm like, about to pass the population of our town here shortly in subscribers, and they just look at that as if you have like Facebook friends. There's no respect in the YouTube game.
yeah, they don't understand the magnitude of it or what that actually means, but it's pretty cool. So.
They don't understand monetizing any social media, be it Instagram, TikTok. That's something that the young kids might say, Mom, when I grew up, I want to be a gamer. And they're like, get a real job. And so, I mean, not long ago, I walked away from my career as a real estate agent. And at my last closing at the table, I said, I wanted you guys to know why this closing is so special to me. After 15 years in real estate, this is my last one. And they were like, you're done? And like, I almost got emotional about it because real estate afforded me so much freedom with my kids. And then the closer asked the dreaded question. And so I'm sitting there in front of my clients, in front of the closer and in front of the lender. And she says, well, what to do what?
Yeah.
And in my tiny little town, I have to look at them and say to go 110% on YouTube and reselling. And they're just like, well, you're going through people's trash and filming?
That's an oversimplified version, but if you want to call it that, but it's all about perspective, So when you're working a job, your job has limits. You get paid a salary. When you're doing reselling, you're owning your own business. There are essentially no limits to what you can do. So.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. And I keep saying it. I'm going to put it on a poster. In reselling, the only limit is the one that you impose on yourself. Like there is absolutely no limit. I mean, when I got into reselling, I wanted to make $100 a week. I wanted to pay my grocery bill. And I thought, I will take this seriously if I could make $100 a week. And in a few weeks, we're going to pay cash for a car that was built for me. I've never had a new car in my life. And we're going to go walk in and pay cash for it from this thing that started as if I can make $100 a week. Like there is no limit. You want to go buy a house with cash, you can save up enough. You can work enough in reselling and pay for it.
Yep. No limits to it. You just have to put in the time and the energy and, have a good idea of what you're trying to sell and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it sounds like you're doing great.
Chase Dreaming on a Budget was here and is gone. I'm afraid that I missed him. He put out a really interesting video today. So he said it's going to be part of a series that he's doing. He said he's walking away from eBay. Essentially he sold a MacBook and things didn't really go very well. And eBay, and he's like the first to defend eBay. eBay is not backing him on this. And even what they said they would do, they kind of like went back on that. Anyway, I don't want to ruin the video. You guys need to watch it because like I say, Chase is the first one that'll be like, yeah, nothing's perfect on eBay, but it all comes out in the wash. They're still the best platform. And he's like ready to throw in the towel. I thought it was clickbait. And I was like, I even messaged on my Instagram. I'm like, you're not ready to walk away. Like stop posting stuff like that. And then I watched the video and I was like, oh, he's fed up.
Oh, he's serious. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And that's another thing too. Since you brought up eBay, we're just talking about Whatnot. What happens when eBay starts doing like a Whatnot style live auction? They already do live auctions, right? But what if they pull in influencers and resellers and YouTubers and all this kind of stuff? What if they are already a huge company that have huge resources and all that stuff? What if they start doing this? Because that's rumored right now, is that eBay is going to start doing some sort of live platform kind of like this. I think that would be some serious competition for Whatnot too. And then there'll probably be like competitors that kind of spring up as well. So there's only so many set of eyeballs to be watching this stuff, and not everybody's into this type of format too. So
most people have never even heard of Whatnot. I mean, we think so small-minded inside of our community. You have the biggest players in this game, the biggest YouTubers in this game, the average person at Walmart has never heard of, okay? Like we think of these people as Mr. Beast. They're not. But like to us, it's like everything is huge. And so, yeah, to us, shiny object syndrome, Whatnot right now. But go out and ask anyone in the street, like, have you heard of Whatnot? And unless they're like a sneakerhead or like a vintage clothing lover, I don't think that they have. But everyone's heard of eBay. And you bring up a good point because think about it. eBay has already integrated a video into the listing. So they've clearly brought in video into their platform. I mean, that may support the rumor that they're going that direction. Would you do that?
See, now that's a good question too. Like, eBay's been around for much longer, and I would try it for sure. Like, my eBay account is like 20 years old because I started back when I was helping my dad with reselling and stuff like that. So I would probably use that account or make a new one, I suppose. But yeah, I would try it just to see. But I feel like if eBay started doing it, that would give them some serious competition because eBay has more name recognition than Whatnot does for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Patricia says eBay would likely buy Whatnot. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So the 5 resellers are here. Hello, guys. How's it going?
What up,
Just so you guys
Kang?
know, Justin can't see the chat tonight, guys. So he's only seeing the what I click on and show him on the screen. So if you have asked him any questions and I missed it, please put it in the chat again. But they wanted you to know that they sold the Lego Kingdoms chess set this morning for $123. I mean, that was sitting in the death pile. You guys just needed to list that. I'm kind of interested to know, though, did you guys buy the queen? Weren't they missing the queen?
Yes, they were. I believe they were missing the queen. They were missing one part, and somebody suggested, "Why don't you just buy that one part?" They're like, "Well, maybe we'll do that," and apparently they didn't need to.
Golly, that's awesome! I didn't know what the value was. I almost reached out and said, "How much do you want for it?" But I wouldn't have wanted to pay $123 for it. I could build. Could build one though. There is a build that is not a set that I'm interested in right now. Looking up on YouTube. I don't think I can mention it because I don't want to get demonetized, but there's a lot of functioning ones that are built. Have you seen them?
You're talking about like functional Lego chess sets? Is that what you're saying?
No, functional Lego. I don't want to say it. I want YouTube to flag my video. I mean, you can take the clip out and everything. They're really cool.
Yes.
Yeah, they're so cool. I want to build one. I have to.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Right.
They're so awesome. Kristen says, so I just subbed to Justin's channel. How was I not already subscribed? I don't know. I didn't expect you to gain any subs tonight, Justin.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. I'm slowly creeping up on 40,000. So if there's anyone in here that would like to subscribe that hasn't already, I would greatly appreciate it. And my niece is helping me out. Her and her fiance just snuck back in the room. And she's letting me borrow her phone. So now I can watch the chat while I'm up here with you.
That's awesome. If I miss anybody, you just shout them out. Travis Bartermania is here. Travis, I got the package that you sent. Everything is safe and secure, and I'll be doing a video about this. He sent me a really awesome bag, again, for authentication purposes. So I got it. And thank you so much for sending it. Hell's Canyon Hustle is here. Noelle says, I don't think eBay's smart enough to buy Whatnot. Their arrogance would be to do their own platform similar to Whatnot. That would be interesting. Who's watching Bernie?
Bernie is at a doggy hotel for the weekend, so he'll be okay. So
there is a town 7 miles south of us called Bernie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I need to pick up something from Bernie. I wonder if I still have it. I had Bernieopoly, like a Monopoly set from Bernie.
Okay. From
it was
that
called
town,
Bernieopoly.
Bernieopoly. Yeah.
I need to send you Bernieopoly. Where did you get?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Where'd you get his name? Weekend at Bernie's or?
Nope. My girlfriend at the time picked it. I bought him at a dollar store. My girlfriend at the time and I were together at the dollar store, and we were getting ready to check out, and this lady was like holding like a little puppy, and my girlfriend was like, "Oh, I want to buy that," and the lady was like, "Oh, this is the last dog of the litter," and my girlfriend was like, "I want to buy that," and I was like, "We're not buying a dog," so we bought the dog, and then I've had him for a long time, and I still have him after like 12 years. So
wow.
Yeah.
Smitty just subbed you also. So, I mean, that's at least 2. Basically, in my old age, I'll be calling in favors, Justin, is what I'm trying to say.
I appreciate it. So thank you, everybody. in my old age. You're not old. We're not old, Rachel. Come on now.
Not yet. So, we talked about like the coolest stuff that you picked up. Did you sell anything that you maybe didn't expect to sell, or something really cool this week?
I've been selling some retired Lego sets that I've been pulling out of my storage, out of my inventory, and sending them into Amazon. And my past like few videos, I've done like selling videos from my collection, like of my inventory. I pulled out like 3 totes, and I'm like, hey, here's what I'm pulling out of storage, and here's what I'm selling. And again, those are just not getting watched, so I'm just not going to make them anymore because it doesn't seem like people aren't really watching them or whatever. So it's so funny because like people tell you, they're like, oh, we want to see what you're selling, and then you make videos about what you're selling and nobody watches it. It's like, well, we're time to go back to buying.
It's
Time
like,
to
oh,
go,
5 people did want to watch that. Yeah.
yeah,
And I kidding around with my kid, like no one's watching my video. No, like at that point, 600 people or whoever had watched it. And I appreciate every one of those. So like
sure,
I
sure.
kid around, but it's like you said, I mean, when they fall flat in comparison, it's just like, what
Right.
was the thing about that one video that everyone must have liked so well,
Right, but yeah, I've been selling some retired Lego sets lately. Jurassic Park sets have been selling really well. Lego sets or Star Wars sets have been selling really well. And somebody in the chat mentioned earlier about that they really like the Harry Potter books that like open up and close.
Yeah,
And it's
Christy
like,
said
you know
that.
what I'm
Mom's
saying?
Closet, Texas.
Yep, I remember seeing that, and I was going to say something about it, but I had a few of those that I picked up at Walmart for like $5 or $6 like 6 months ago, and they've been in storage, and I just sold them for like 43, 44. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So
Nice. Yeah, when they came out with the Disney princess books and like you could open them up and it was a play set, I said, this is so cool. Why don't they have something like this for boys? And then they came out with the Harry Potter ones, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's perfect.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think they're pretty neat. Like I think they're pretty
they're
cool.
travelable.
Yeah, and each one has like a different theme, like the herbology or like the potion maker and all that stuff. But yeah, they're way cool. Thank you, Jennifer. I see her sharing my link down there. So
And they're cool to display also. Like the helmets are the coolest display. I mean, I don't know, do you have any of those, or do you have like the Infinity Gauntlet or any of that kind of stuff that you display?
yes, so I have multiple of those in my inventory. I haven't built any like for myself because I have some other sets that I want to build for myself first. But I don't know if I want to start putting all of my Lego in my living room and all that stuff. And my storage space is so filled with Lego right now, it's crazy. So I don't think it's time for another clearance Lego buying spree because I need to sell what I have first. So that's why I'm trying to like sell what I have. But I know I have the Batman helmet. I know I have the Scout Trooper helmet. I know I have the Darth Vader helmet. So if those are going to get sold, I don't know if that's going to happen because they would look pretty cool on my shelf.
I know, they're just so awesome. I just love them. Christy said her daughter built all of hers. I have another set to save. A new classroom just came out.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know they've been putting out some new sets lately too, so can't be going on a buying spree right now.
it's hard not to. Like that's where my soft spot is, that my kids know if they ask me for Lego stuff, they're probably gonna get it. And it is literally like only appreciated. It's the only toy that I feel like you can buy that's not going to depreciate.
Yeah, I've done really well, like as far as like investing purposes and Lego. There's only a few themes that I bought that I did not make any money on. Overall, they generally appreciate really well. And that's why I was kind of hesitant to make these videos. Like, hey, here's exactly what I'm selling. Like,
Mm.
I pulled out of storage. Here's what I paid. Here's what I'm selling. And I did all this breakdown. And compared to like my other videos, it's not getting the same kind of views and like comments and all that stuff. And like you're saying, like I appreciate every single person that watches or comments. Like that means the world to me that people still want to support me. But at the same time, like if I'm gonna make 2 videos a week, I want to try to make the most effect that I can. And if people would rather see what's out there today versus what did you buy 6 months ago. So
Yeah, that's true. And there's something, again, you're kind of blending two different genres of people, because folks love to see shopping hauls and they love to see shopping. I mean, there's people that will watch your grocery haul.
right.
So
Right.
like you're getting people that love to see like the shopping aspect of it, the bargaining aspect. People will tune in to watch yard sale videos that never resell.
Right.
So like I think that the reach is bigger there. And I mean,
Yeah.
clearly your videos like are doing very well. I mean, you started your YouTube, when's your YouTube anniversary? When did you start?
Little over 2 years ago. February was my 2 year anniversary doing stuff on YouTube. It took me 1 year to go from 0 to 1,000 subscribers, almost to the day. It took me a year. And then from year 1 to year 2, I think I was like at like 35 or 36,000, and I'm at like 38 and a half right now. I'm slowly creeping up on 40. So
That's crazy. Like I
it is
hope that
crazy.
anyone watching this or watching it even in the playback is so encouraged to hear that, because I know people that have been working really hard and they're at that year mark and they're just at 1,000 and they're saying I'm just at. And I'm like, no, you're doing something that less
Yeah.
than 1% of the channels ever accomplish 1,000. Look what you
Yeah, no,
did.
it's amazing, just like the amount of support that you get, and sometimes like all it takes, like if I can pass along some encouragement or some help, is like all it takes is one video to like take off. You just have to take the time to put out the best content that you can, make it entertaining, make sure that it's providing value in some way, shape, or form. And all it takes is one to get shared, for a bunch of people to comment, and it can just like take off like wildfire. And I've been blessed that I've had several videos that have caught and done that. But yeah, it's like think media, like they say you have to just press record, and I always encourage people
Yeah.
to do that. So
Yeah, just do it. And especially in the beginning, like everyone's like, oh, my content's gonna be crummy. I'm like, that's great. You don't have an audience yet. There's no one to see it. Like, just get out there. And Vlogmas was such an incredible learning tool, because when you're putting out a video and editing a video every single day, you get better.
yeah, I don't
I
know
mean,
if I
it's
can
like if you
handle
draw
that.
every
Like
day.
major props to people that people that do Vlogmas. Like I don't know if I can hang. So
You could do it. You could do it. David DeFranco is here. Hello, David. Hey, just tuning in. Love the stream. Do you guys mess around with drop shipping at all? Have you ever messed around with drop shipping?
by accident, I did once, not on purpose, but no, dropshipping is not my main business model. I sold something on my Amazon account that I didn't actually have in stock, so I had to buy it off of eBay and then have it shipped to the person off Amazon, which is totally against TOS, but I didn't have the item and I didn't want to get a ding on my account. So technically, I did a dropshipping order, but that's not my main business model.
Yeah, I am not interested in it because the things that I like to source, I could not acquire drop shipping. I sell vintage and designer goods. So I'm out treasure hunting all the time, David. I think it's the most favorite my favorite part of the job is the shopping and the treasure hunting, and that would cut it out. And then it would just be work for me anyway. Do you enjoy the hunt?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I enjoy thrifting. My mom and I actually went thrifting today. We ordered a pizza, and then we were like, "Hey, let's go stop at a thrift store," and we did. And I posted something on my Instagram today. I was like, "This, I'm just going to prove to my audience that I still go thrifting sometimes." But for me, like the thrift stores in my area are just not consistent. So I would rather go to like 5 Walmarts versus like 5 thrift stores, because I know I'm going to find stuff at Walmart versus like the thrift stores in my area just are no bueno, just not good. So
Yeah, that's interesting because we do have pretty decent clearance at our Walmart, and I've definitely purchased things, and some things you can't go wrong with, even like the Time and True and like Walmart brands. If it's sunglasses for $1, pick them up.
yeah,
Like if
yep,
you're not going to lose money, you are going to sell them for $10 free shipping, maybe. Okay, so they're $3 to ship, so it's $7 after eBay gets their fees. Every pair that you pick up, you made 5 times your money on. You turned $1 into $5 times however many pair that you picked up. Like it doesn't seem like much when you see dollar sunglasses, but if they're
yeah,
not made to be $1 from the Dollar Tree, I would encourage you to pick them up.
yep. It all adds up.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm out thrifting probably 6 days out of the week now. It's part of my routine. How often do you source, Justin?
Honestly, it just depends on like how much inventory I need, or if I need content for the channel. Like I might go 1 or 2 days a week, but if I find a lot of really good stuff, then I might batch record. Like I might record like 2 or 3 videos within a couple day span,
Mhm.
and then I would have enough for a week or 2 weeks. So it just kind of depends, and I have to remind myself, and my family is good at reminding me that I also have a full-time 40-hour week job, and I'm trying to be sane and go to the gym every day and take better care of myself and have a YouTube channel and have an Instagram and there's just only so much time in the day.
That's true. Noel, I sure should fly out to Washington sometimes and do some major thrifting. Um, Yeah. Now going to the gym, have you joined the reseller lifting club yet?
So I joke around. I send Dalton messages, and I send what's his name, Chris, the other guy.
Flip the world, yeah.
Yeah. I send them both messages, just kind of picking on them about it, like because I lift 3 days a week, but I go to the gym every day. And I was like, what do I do to join? What can I do to be a part of this? And they're like, just take pictures and put it on Instagram. I was like, I'll just do the work. I don't have to post it. It's okay.
But they're like maxing out in their pictures. And I lift, but I lift with free weights in my basement. So I feel like my pictures aren't going to carry the same weight as they're literally maxing out their deadlift.
Yeah, but it might have more weight. Maybe you're selling yourself short, Rachel. Maybe you should give it a try, and you could encourage more females to participate in the reseller lifting club. Because right now it's just Dalton and Chris.
They had one girl that posted.
Why don't you lead the charge to get more women involved in the reseller lifting club? I'm just saying.
I could deadlift my son.
You could.
Christian,
I pick on Dalton too when he does his deadlifting. I message him like, arch your back. You're not arching your back good enough, just because that's what you're supposed to do. So.
Kristen, a rural squirrel, said that we should do like a comedic version of it, but then I don't want people to genuinely think I don't lift or I don't work out, because like I work out a lot. I'm always encouraging people to run and stuff, I feel like people might not know that I genuinely do, and they're gonna think that I don't. Let's see here. Yeah, Hell's Canyon said that the Walmarts in her area is not really that great. Drew said, I'm going to join with my 1 pound deadlift.
1 pound deadlift.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm not a huge fan. Sorry, I was going to say I'm not a huge fan of deadlifting myself, but I do it. I'm just not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I like to work out to so Drew and I have done like the P90X and stuff, but I thought P90X was so overloaded with cardio, and as a runner, if I wanted a cardio, I'll go on a run because I enjoy that more than lifting. But I enjoy lifting, but I'm sorry, Swamp Picker's leaving. Bye, Swamp Picker.
That's okay.
But I enjoy that. But like if I'm going to be lifting, then I don't want it to be for cardio's sake. And so there's this program called Supreme 90 Day, and it's like this generic version. It's so much better. Like it's all lifting. And it's just with free weights, and it's not barbells. It's just little dumbbells, however big that you want them to be. And so you go at like your own pace, and I just really like it. Yeah, Drew said that was the P90X3 that we used.
Okay.
It was just like so cardio rich. I don't know if we were on like the lean fat burning version or something, and then the whole time that he's doing this cardio, he's making fun of running.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, my version of cardio is lifting weights faster. That's how I do cardio.
Well, that's how there's a cardio challenge part to this DVD set that I'm on. And that's what it is you go lighter with your weights and you do it faster. And so it's not for the sake of like, the lifting part. That's just to make the cardio more difficult. And it's fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone in the chat wants to see you draw. Did you bring a pen and a paper with you? Okay, so I don't know. I'll explain the game for anyone in the chat that is unfamiliar with how this works, and Justin also for you. So I want you to think of something that you either bought or sold recently. Don't say it out loud, okay? You're gonna think of something that you bought or sold that maybe was a stellar pickup, or you were surprised it sold, or for whatever reason this is popping out in your mind. You look like you already got something in your mind.
No, I don't, but I'm listening.
Okay. Well, so
I'm just getting ready.
Yeah. Adam Baldy Pal Picking just popped in. Hey, always gonna hit the hey though. Okay, been playing games with the family tonight. Well, hello and good night, Adam. We were just about to play this game. What you're gonna do is
say good night.
You're going to draw a picture of the item. And the chat is going to guess what it is. The first one to guess, and now the chat can't guess until I write the word start, but the first person to guess it wins a drink. I'm going to buy them a drink. I'll PayPal them $5 so they could buy themselves a drink. But here's the thing is you need to put the paper on top of your head.
Okay, that's interesting.
and then draw your picture. Okay.
I don't think I can draw just looking at it, but having to hold the notepad on the top of my head and then draw is gonna be
Perfect.
even worse. But that's part of
Wonderful.
it,
We
right?
love
Yeah,
worse.
that's great.
So I'll get the word start queued up and ready. Don't
Okay,
worry.
so
No one's
yeah,
really did like a stellar job except for Connor of the Hoogs. He did that profile picture of Drew. I'll click on it here. This profile
okay,
picture, he drew that on his head.
that's amazing.
I'm
He
kidding,
has
but
a hidden talent, but yeah, that's
he was
amazing.
drawing the picture, and when he took it down, it was this photo, and
Okay.
it was hilarious. And so then they put it on eBay, and it brought like $47, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
And then
I remember seeing that. I didn't know the story behind it, but I remember seeing that.
yes, he acted like that was what he drew. And then I don't know if you saw whenever Joey Bada Bing was on here, the picture that he drew came across super inappropriate. I mean, it was bad. We were
Okay.
crying laughing, and he auctioned that off on eBay too.
Okay. I doubt that I will make an artistic masterpiece like these. Thank you for setting the bar so high. No pressure whatsoever.
Just so
Fantastic.
you
This is
know.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joey's wasn't a good drawing. It was very phallic looking, okay? So go
Uh-huh.
ahead and put the paper on top of your head.
So real quick, one more time. I'm supposed to be drawing like the coolest thing I bought or the best thing I
Yeah,
bought or
just
something?
some item that's really cool that sticks out in your mind that you bought or sold recently, and something that
Uh-huh.
that just
Yes.
they giving you
So
good ideas.
something
Don't
that's
tell us
really
what it
cool.
is.
Something that's really cool that I bought. I don't know if a drawing is going to do well, but I will
That's
try.
okay.
It's
We love that type of thing. They're gonna crack up in the chat. I
my
mean, what
my
Joey
nie-
drew was an underwater torpedo camera, so you can imagine how that came
it was an
across.
underwater torpedo camera.
So he drew a torpedo on the top of his head and then showed the
Okay.
chat and was mortified at how it came out. And it came out exactly as you would have expected it to. So
Okay. Yeah. Adam thinks I'm going to draw Lego, but that's not the coolest thing that I've bought lately. This is something I actually bought in a few videos ago, but I don't know if I can draw it. And even worse, I don't know if I can draw it on my head, but we'll try.
okay, go for it. You just go ahead and
Okay. So
draw and I'll talk to
I have to
everybody
do
in
it
the
like
chat.
this.
Yep, yep.
Like, can I use
Don't
this to
show it
like
to us
help?
yet. No,
Oh,
you just
that's
draw it, and then whenever you're done, you're gonna show the camera, okay?
It's
And I
not my
hope
fault that I
everyone
have
that's
a mirror right here. Can I use the mirror?
no, I hope everyone that's there with you is getting a kick out of you doing. Maybe you guys could do this later as a game there
My
in your
niece is the one that gave me the idea because she was with me when I bought it.
perfect. What's Lego? Hello, brother from another brick. We're super glad that you're here. That thumbnail must have drugged you in, right? Yeah, I worked hard on that thumbnail. I don't know if you saw my equations on there. Did you check out my equations? I had
No.
A equals
Yeah,
L
assets equals
plus
liability
E.
plus owner's equity.
I
I
mean,
saw
come
it.
on.
I saw it. I can't.
I
I'm
tried
trying to
so
write it
hard.
backwards and I can't do it. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna put the word start. You go ahead and show them, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, get really
I don't know. Can you
close.
see it?
Oh, okay. So I will tell you as these come in and you tell me when to stop. I know what it looks like for me. Okay, so Noelle says Lego. Christopher says a gorilla on a unicycle reading the Bible. I see a bunch of circles. Plush, big screen, Snoopy, a dinosaur, a teddy bear, an elephant. That's what I thought. It looks like an
Oh
elephant.
my goodness.
Action figure, plastic fruit, baby, Eeyore.
It's an animal and a person. It's not just one or the
Dog,
other. It's an animal and a person.
balloons, an elephant, a cowboy hat, Pokemon, elephant, plush dog, electronic dog, cowboy hat. I don't know what
What has
that
a lot of legs?
is. This a Pokemon?
Nope.
Uh, let's see. Oh, was it a Skip It?
Nope.
A Power Ranger, Rocco, Muppet, Zord, Star Wars.
No.
Spaceballs barf.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody has the animal. It's an animal, but part of it is an animal with a lot of legs.
Okay. I see something that's totally rated R. Ursula. No clues. Oh, Drew says don't give clues. Octopus, spider,
Okay.
donkey.
So, yep. Oh, Drew said stop talking. All right.
Spider-Man, Charlotte's Web, Ant-Man, Doc Ock. No. My ex-girlfriend.
Christy is close.
Who's close?
I said Christy is close.
Okay, with Doc Octopus, with Doc Ock. Octomom, Aquaman, Charlotte's Web, Spider-Man. Are they getting pretty good? Show us again. There's writing on there. We need to see what the writing is, okay?
Yeah, can you not see the writing?
It looks like it says, turn it to your left, maybe just a little. We're zoomed in on like an ear or something.
I'm sorry.
ROCTO. Dragon. Octavia?
No, I'm
Are
sorry.
they close?
I keep moving it.
No, your drawing is very good. It belongs in the Louvre. The writing on the wall. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still thinking it really looks like Babar, like an elephant. Octopus lady dancing at a karaoke bar. Is that what it is?
No. So can I just tell them?
No, we don't ever tell them.
Okay.
We've never had to tell them. So we won't start now.
Okay,
You can give them one more hint.
Okay. So we've got the creature part right. BFAB said it, Christy said it. So a few people have said it. Then it's combined with a person, and this is a real life person. This is think of like sports, I guess, without giving too much more.
Okay, Ructo, it's obviously Dumbo. No, so the animal that they were naming was an octopus?
Yep.
Okay. A robot. She's, I don't know what that is. Something Hulu. Rachel, put him on the big screen. Oh, okay. Let me remove.
And remember, I had to draw this on the top of my head, so it's not my fault. Yes, we have a winner. I don't know. Did you mute me? Are you still there? Oh, I think
when I go off,
you're back.
When I go off of here, you can't hear me anymore.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you, but you're back.
I was talking the whole time. The same thing happened with Joey. What is that?
Yeah. So
did someone guess it?
Element. Got it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I was reading that whenever you can't hear me if I go off. How do people do that where you make the other person big and you can still hear them? Because I wasn't muted. So it's Rocktopus?
Yeah, Rocktopus. It was a 3D printed model of the Rock's head on an octopus body. And it was neat. It was really cool. It was the weirdest thing that I had seen at this thrift store, full of weird things. And I was like, I have to have this. And the guy sold it to me. And I was like, where did you come up with this? And he was like, he goes, I print these and sell these. I was like, this is probably totally illegal that you're doing this, but I have to have it. So, but yeah, it was the octopus. It was the Rock's head on an octopus.
I love the idea. That's super creative. So, I bet that's not what it looks like.
Yeah, that's definitely not what it looks like, but yeah.
Wow, the eclectic element. Please DM me over on Instagram. Yep. We're always talking over on Instagram, so DM me what your PayPal is. Everyone's saying Rachel come back. Marie says Rachel come back. I'm sorry. I don't know what happens. Like whenever Joey was on and he drew that and he was like mortified, he was big. He could not hear me and Drew like laughing and carry on with him. He just was there by himself and he was mortified. I was talking the whole time. You just couldn't hear me. OMG, I actually saw that for sale on Facebook Marketplace the other day and shared it in my stories.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of terrifying, but yeah.
Did you buy it for your own personal collection?
Yes. Yeah. I'm not selling it. It's way cool.
I really hope that you'll post a picture of that in your story or something. Do you have a picture of it on your phone?
I don't think that I do. Well, my phone, I'm using my phone as my camera. So if I find the
Ah,
picture on my phone, I will send it to you, or I'll post it on Instagram or something. Otherwise,
post
it'll
it
be
on
a
your
couple days
story.
before I get home.
Then everyone has a reason to run to Instagram and be sure that you're following. Now on Instagram, is it the flipping accountant?
That's correct. Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. It's the flipping accountant.
You said somewhere that the is not in there.
On
Did I make that
Twitter,
up?
it's just flipping accountant. No, that's correct. You were listening, but almost everywhere, it's the flipping accountant. My website is the flipping accountant. My YouTube, Instagram. The only thing that's not is my Twitter.
Trevor said you earned that $5, yo. Justin is the
Yeah.
new Picasso.
Thank you,
Oh,
BFAB. I appreciate you, brother.
Justin is a beauty on Instagram and YouTube. Honestly, I 100% wanted to buy it too. So, how much did you pay for this thing? Did you say?
What did I pay for the Roctopus? It was like 15 or 20 bucks, right? Yeah. Well, oh, yeah, because I didn't buy it the first time I was there. I bought it the second time, but yeah, it was like 20 bucks. And he wouldn't come down on the price or anything, which was fine. But I'm gonna do you one better on just a picture of it. I've got something even cooler. I just gotta find it
Oh, wait,
in my
is this
video.
it?
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Yeah, except mine is all black.
This is the stupidest thing I ever saw.
Yep.
Yours is all black.
Mine is all black. Yep.
That would be even more creepy. That's so great though. Noelle just sent me a picture of that. I thought she was sending me a picture of the Coach bag that she picked up.
Yeah, you said send me a picture of the Coach bag. She's like, no, Roctopus.
Oh yeah, he told me how to go big screen and not go mute. Click the 3 dots on Justin's pic to change the screen layout. Solo layout. Is that what hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear
You
you
can
now.
still hear me?
You can see me. Yeah, I can hear you. You guys
Now?
can see me. Hi, everybody.
Oh, exit solo layout. Okay. Hey, look at me. I keep saying you need to learn something new every day. Do you think that this would be a good vlog series, the 7 things I learned this week?
Sure, absolutely. Teaching people, providing value, always worth it for sure.
I'm just like, yeah, that's the key is if you can give like some education, but then do it in an entertaining way. Like me being really sarcastic while I rip apart these fake purses. I found what I thought was a counterfeit penny in one of them because there was no date. I couldn't find a date on this penny. It's like,
and you thought it was fake because it didn't have a date
like,
on it?
I think the penny itself, it was inside like when I cut the bag apart, it was in between the 2 linings. And I was like, it came out of a counterfeit factory in some other country and it's an American penny. I think the penny's fake, but it turns out it wasn't. I just wasn't looking close enough.
Yeah. Okay. So not everything in the fake purse was fake is what I'm hearing.
No. Brother from another brick, that's mortifying. I guess my ex-girlfriend wasn't that far off of a guess. Yikes! Wow!
Yeah,
Wow!
BFAB cracks me up. He's got a very entertaining Lego channel too. He does some great edits and they're very entertaining. He put out a lot of good content. He's a big supporter too. I appreciate you being here, bud.
I was just looking on his about some Mario, like a video he had on the Mario collection. Have you purchased that collection?
Yeah, so the Mario sets honestly have done well for me. Like as far as like investing for like resale purposes, the Mario sets have done well for me. But like as a personal like collector, I'm not a fan of them too much. There's a few sets that I like, but overall I don't care for them. I like the Sonic set better, even though I don't own the Sonic set. Like I know that's not the exact same thing as Mario, but the Sonic set is way cool. The Mario set, I'm not a big fan because you have to have the starter pack. You have to like buy all these stupid expansions and all of this stuff. But overall, as like a Mario fan, I'm not a fan of the Mario sets. But as a reseller, I'm a fan of it.
Was it more along like what you liked, the TV with the little NES that had Mario on it? Wasn't that the most amazing?
That one was pretty cool. Yeah. Because couldn't you like move something and it would like move
like Mario was on like a clear piece and he would move up and down and then the screen like kind of revolved so it looked like he was going through the world. That was such a cool set. I don't own that, but I'd like to have that one.
So I've got something for you really quick. I want to share this with you. So this was in my video like a month ago when I found the Roctopus that I'm talking about. I've recently hired an editor to help me with my videos, and this is
Nice.
something that my editor put together. I did not ask him to do this, but this is his version of what a rocktopus looks like. Ready?
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
That's like really cool visuals.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. I didn't ask him to do that, but when he saw rocktopus, that's what he put together for me. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Nice. Well, what a great editor. Where'd you find this person? Is it someone local or someone online?
Something online, and it's been really nice to try to have somebody help you with the channel and all that kind of stuff because he gives me suggestions and that's beneficial and all that. But he's also in a 12-hour different time zone, so it's difficult to work with somebody like that as well. So I'm still trying to overcome challenges there, but he's been a great help. So.
That's true. That's true. Drew's over here saying I am Batman. And my oldest son, I used to have this thing with him where I would say pause and he would have to whisper, I am Batman. And that's what that reminds me of. I would just like we would be
I have a 9-pack from Lego Batman.
Yeah, I'm Lego Batman. That's what he said now. Christopher, thank you so much. He said for whatever, LOL. And he's updated his picture of his puppy, you guys. This is a new picture of his dog. He sent me a reel today of a dog that it was just hilarious. This little dog. It was a puppy kind of like up on someone's chair, and someone was doing a voiceover like this really like a whiny kid type of voiceover, and it was like dad said he is gonna drop me off somewhere out in the country or get rid of me or sell me or something, and then you hear a voice in the back say, that's not what I said at all. Yes it is. No, I said you couldn't have any more treats because you already had like 10. And then the dog's like, that's basically the same thing. Kind of made me think of your dog.
Pretty much what you said.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Thank you very much, Christopher. That's awesome.
That's very sweet. Very cool.
I'm trying to talk Christopher into going to FlipCon. I think he needs to go to FlipCon. You're going to FlipCon, and you're speaking there, right?
Yes, all of the above. I'm going to FlipCon. Josh and Caleb both invited me, and I'm super excited about that. Next weekend, I'm actually going to be a guest at a video game convention in Huntsville, Alabama called Game Jam South. And Caleb, Caleb, Phoenix Reseller, is going to be there along with Cheap Finds Gold Mines. They're going to be there too. And Caleb's going to set up and have a table. I'm going to set up and have a table. And I think Amy and Corbin are just going to be floating and like buying and just kind of hanging out. But yeah, Caleb's going to be up here next weekend, so we're all going to hang out next weekend. So I'm pretty excited about that. But I'm very excited about FlipCon because I think that'll be a lot of fun.
I know that's the very first reseller meetup I'll ever attend is FlipCon, and so I'm super excited about it. I'm like trying to plan my outfits though. Are you planning your outfits?
Yeah, I just can't decide what kind of polo I'm going to go with.
I saw some sequin boots yesterday. They were one size too small, or I would have bought them. They were like high, like full sequin boots. You guys know I'm going to show up in sequins. I'm excited about it. Christopher said he can't go because he's going to be in Israel during that time. Well, I can't argue with that. I'm sure you're probably doing something better than what we're doing. I don't know. That sounds really cool and pre-planned, so we can't argue. But Christy's going to be there.
Awesome.
We'll FlipCon
to meet you.
Teach me how to do backflips.
No, we're joining a reseller get together meetup, and there's going to be a lot of resellers there talking, speaking, having panels and hanging out and talking to everybody. And I think they're doing like lunch or dinner or something. So I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a good time. So I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah, I'm excited just to meet everybody. And it just looks like the panel of people that are speaking, like you would have to try not to leave there learning something. Right. You know, like it's inevitable. You're going to learn stuff. And like, I'm one of those people, I don't know everything. I'm going to admit that I don't know everything because I want to always be learning something new. And so I'm excited to see what you guys are going to teach us.
Yeah, me too.
FlipCon's seems like it's going to be a great time, but it's a bit pricey to me. I'll have to make a get together eventually. Yeah, I had to pick and choose. I'm going to like that one this year. Andrew's not going, so I'm making it a bit more affordable. and I'll probably just do everything like right there on site. So there's, you know, your drinks and your dinner and everything's included. So
Yeah.
Jennifer is dropping Christopher's YouTube as well. And you guys need to follow him over on Instagram because he posts like some incredible stuff that he finds, that he looks up, stuff that most people would walk right by, and he looks up everything.
Yep.
I think
get all that free knowledge, so you don't walk past the same thing.
Right? You don't want to walk by it. Do you guys have any questions for Justin while he's here? I'm not going to hold him over a second longer because he has given us 2 hours of his family vacation. Like, I'm not that person. Dang it. I was hoping to see Justin doing backflips while talking about flipping products. You should do that in a video sometime.
I'm definitely not that flexible, for sure.
Drew said, is me not going making it more affordable? Well, yeah. I mean, it's only one person trip and not two persons. So. Oh, and Kristen a Rural Squirrel is going also. So we're going to couple like 2 things here because we didn't talk about I'm going to say the best thing in your personal life is probably this trip right now. I mean, that's pretty epic. If I was on vacation, that'd be my best thing.
Yeah. So half the time they've been coming in, I've been announcing it, and they've been jumping in. The other half the time they've been sneaking in and making faces at me and waving their hands around and not mooning me, but just being silly in the background. So I think they're about ready for my attention again. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to hang with you. I didn't want to postpone this. I didn't want to like try to reschedule. I was like, I'll make time for this. I'm excited. You know, something I said a couple nights ago, and I'll say it again, is like, we make time for things that are important to us. And this was important to me to be here and hang with you and hang with chat and all this stuff. So I'm excited to hang with you guys. And then tomorrow they have 100% my full attention. So
I'm glad. I think it's so blessed and so stellar that you're able to work and then also have like your free time and like properly balance the two. So if you guys have not subscribed to Justin the Flippin' Accountant here on YouTube, you have to do that. Santa just jumped in the chat. I know him. Hello, Santa.
I know him.
Right?
I got the elf reference. Love it. I know him.
But you guys like have to go over there and subscribe. Turn on your notifications. You'll know the next video he comes out with, which is going to be, what's your next video that you're coming out with? Do you have a plan yet?
So my video tomorrow morning coming out at 10:30 a.m. Central will be my last of my 3 selling Lego video from my storage. So tomorrow we'll be posting at 10:30 more Legos that were already sold and what I bought, what I sold them for, how much money I made, ROI, all that stuff. Next week we have more tutorials coming out, and hopefully we'll have at least one sourcing vlog next week coming out too.
Perfect. Yeah. So you guys get over there. Jennifer just dropped the link once again. And not only am I not going to hold you over, we're going to cut out 3 minutes early because I just think that would be nice for your family. They're sitting there making faces and wanting you to draw more things in your head for them to guess. So Justin, I have a tagline. I should have ran it by you before we started this. You only ever hear my tagline if you watch to the very, very, very end of the videos. Is there any chance that you know what the tagline is?
I don't off the top of my head. I'm the worst guy.
I'll say it for you then, okay? I know you got to watch to the very end, and I need to start telling people before the thing. But we want to remind you guys, and coming from an accountant, you need to say this. Tell them to treat their business like their business.
Yeah, absolutely. Treat your business like a business, 100%. So,
bye, guys.